All right, here's the struggle. You want a smartwatch that can track your workouts, monitor your health, and maybe even keep you off the charger for more than a day. Easy choice, right? Not so fast, because now you've got the Garmin Venu 4 promising nearly 2 weeks of battery life, and the Apple Watch Series 11 showing up with sleek looks, AI smarts, and new health tricks. So which one's the better everyday companion? The marathon runner or the style icon? Let's find out. Let's start with design, because that's the first thing you'll notice. The Garmin Venu 4 comes in two sizes, 41mm and 45mm. It has an AMOLED display that looks sharp and vibrant, and Garmin went with a more premium build this time. Instead of mixing plastics with metal like the Venu 3, the Venu 4 is full stainless steel, which gives it a sturdier, higher-end feel. It's got just 2 physical buttons on the right side, which is a slight step back from the 3-button setup on the Venu 3, so you'll be relying on the touchscreen more often. But overall, it's a nice blend of durability and modern style with plenty of watch face customization options. On the other side, the Apple Watch Series 11 is all about sleekness. Apple claims it's the thinnest Apple Watch yet, and it shows. You get aluminum and titanium options with scratch-resistant glass on both and new ceramic coatings for the aluminum models to make them tougher. Apple kept its iconic square design, which is instantly recognizable, and the edge-to-edge OLED display continues to look gorgeous indoors and outdoors. So the design question comes down to taste and use case. If you want something that looks like a traditional watch but still packs smart tech, the Garmin Venu 4 is your pick. If you want something futuristic, minimalistic, and instantly Apple, the Series 11 still nails that. Health features are where both of these watches shine, but in very different ways. The Garmin Venu 4 introduces ECG readings, joining Apple in the medical-grade territory. But Garmin goes further with something it calls health status, which tracks your baselines for heart rate variability, respiration, skin temperature, and SpO2, and then alerts you if something seems off. It's like having a personal health dashboard that looks at long-term trends instead of just snapshots. Garmin also added lifestyle logging, letting you track things like caffeine and alcohol intake to see how they affect your metrics. On top of that, it improves sleep tracking with new metrics like sleep alignment, how your sleep matches your circadian rhythm, and sleep consistency, how regular your bedtime is. Now, the Apple Watch Series 11 isn't sitting quietly. Apple introduced a new hypertension notification feature. While it doesn't give you exact blood pressure readings, it uses patterns to detect if you may be trending towards hypertension and nudges you to check with the doctor. That's a big step forward for preventative health. Apple also introduced a new sleep score to give you a simple rating of how well you slept. It continues to support ECG for AFib detection, heart rate alerts, wrist temperature, and irregular rhythm notifications. Plus, the watch now includes sleep apnea alerts, which is a huge health win if you've been dealing with sleep issues. Both watches are powerful health companions, but Garmin leans into holistic health tracking with its detailed metrics, while Apple focuses on making things actionable and easy to digest, with notifications and scores. This is where Garmin usually flexes, and the Venu 4 doesn't disappoint. Garmin pulled in a bunch of features from its more serious sports watches. You get mixed session mode, which is basically multi-sport tracking in one workout, perfect for triathletes or even just people who like to combine gym workouts. Garmin's Fitness Coach has also expanded to over 25 workout types, offering daily suggestions whether you're into strength training, HIIT, or cycling. On top of that, you still get Garmin's advanced training metrics like training load, recovery time, and VO2 max. This is pro-level fitness tracking on a lifestyle smartwatch. The Apple Watch Series 11 keeps fitness simpler, but it's improving. With watchOS 26, Apple introduced Workout Buddy, an AI-powered coaching feature that gives you real-time motivation and tips during workouts. You still get all the core workout tracking for running, swimming, cycling, and more, but you won't see the depth of training metrics Garmin offers. Apple focuses on making fitness fun and accessible rather than hardcore. If you're someone who just wants to close rings and get reminders to move, it's great. But if you're training for a marathon, Garmin gives you way more data to work with. When it comes to being a smartwatch, Apple still has the edge. The Apple Watch Series 11 now supports 5G cellular, which makes it even more independent from your iPhone. You get the App Store right on your wrist, notifications that sync seamlessly with your iPhone, Apple Pay, music streaming, smart home controls, and new Apple Intelligence features like gesture controls and predictive suggestions. Basically, if you want a tiny iPhone on your wrist, this is it. The Garmin Venu 4 has the basics covered: notifications, music storage, Garmin Pay, and some apps through Connect IQ, but it's still limited compared to Apple's ecosystem. Garmin knows its focus is health and fitness first, smartwatch second. So if smartwatch features are at the top of your priority list, Apple is the easy winner. This is one of the biggest differences between the two. The Garmin Venu 4 blows away the Apple Watch here. The 45mm model gets up to 12 days in smartwatch mode, while the 41mm gets around 10. Even with the always-on display, you're looking at 3 to 4 days, which is still way ahead of Apple. GPS usage drains it faster, of course, but you can expect anywhere from 12 to 17 hours, depending on whether you're using multi-band GPS or GPS plus music. Meanwhile, the Apple Watch Series 11 tops out at 24 hours on a single charge. Apple did add fast charging, so 15 minutes gives you around 8 hours, but you'll still be plugging it in basically every night. Compared to Garmin's multi-day battery, this is the biggest trade-off you'll make with the Apple Watch. Both of these watches are expensive. The Garmin Venu 4 starts at $549.99, with leather strap versions costing a bit more. That's a serious investment, but you're getting Garmin's most advanced lifestyle smartwatch ever. The Apple Watch Series 11 also starts in a similar ballpark, with aluminum models typically around $399 to $499, and titanium pushing higher. With the added durability, health features, and 5G, it's priced to match its premium positioning. So, value depends on what you need. Garmin offers unmatched battery life and training tools for serious health enthusiasts, while Apple gives you the smartest smartwatch experience tied into the iPhone ecosystem. So, Garmin Venu 4 versus Apple Watch Series 11. Which one's for you? If you're a fitness-first person who wants long battery life, detailed training metrics, and health tracking that goes beyond simple notifications, the Garmin Venu 4 is the clear winner. It's basically a serious sports watch in a stylish body that you can wear every day. If you're an iPhone-first person who values seamless integration, cutting-edge smartwatch features, and Apple's growing health tools, then the Apple Watch Series 11 is the better choice. It's the most polished smartwatch on the market, even if the battery life still lags behind Garmin's. At the end of the day, it's about priorities. For athletes, health trackers, and battery life warriors, Garmin takes it. For Apple users who want the most complete smartwatch experience, Series 11 is unbeatable.